Marlin speaks live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlin speaks live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlin speaks live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlin speaks live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Welcome back. Another episode. I need y'all to first like, comment, share, subscribe. I got a goal. I'm trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers, and my watch hours up. I'm trying to get my channel monetized before I go back to work to my day job. I do got a day job, and this is my foray into this world, this YouTube world. And so yeah, I'm just asking for support and trying to get my channel monetized so I can give y'all more content. So yeah, so today I was scrolling like I always do. I love scrolling on YouTube, and I found this. I think I seen some clips of this on social media around the time it broke, maybe late last year sometime. And this guy who had a truck, I didn't see the actual person though who was driving his truck, right? So today I just noticed a nice heartwarming story, and I'm gonna share with y'all right now, man. So
finally tonight, hope and joy in the Hoosier State. How memes about a busted pickup truck drove one community to help a man when he needed it most. Here's Steve Hartman on the road.
yeah, that was a great story. Here, I got an idea. I'm going to go to I'm gonna find him on social media. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, let's try that out. Okay. So this is some social media content that I got. So what it say? Marcellus Riles was always such a nice guy in high school. LaSalle. So LaSalle High class of 1974. Congratulations, Marcellus. Keep on trucking. That's dope. And that's from a lady with Forrestine Blake Jackson. She posted that 13. And GoFundMe promoting it. Also, a pickup truck seen around South Bend, Indiana recently went viral after locals began sharing photos and joking about its condition. The truck belongs to Marcellus Morales, who works in town and had no idea his Chevy had become internet famous. Oh, he didn't even know her. Mo says the truck's wear comes from several accidents over the years, but he's kept it running with his mechanic skills. Yeah, I done been there. After seeing the viral post, Colin Crow, owner of Car Guys Auto Detailing, started a GoFundMe to get Mo a safer, reliable vehicle. Marcellus, known to many as Mo, is a familiar face around town and has recently become a viral local sensation. Mo works at a local retail store and is known for his unwavering work ethic, showing up to work no matter what. What makes his story truly remarkable is the condition of his Chevy Silverado pickup truck. The vehicle is dangerously broken, literally falling apart, and has been seen in parking lots looking immobile. Yet somehow Mo manages to drive it day after day. Parts fall off. The truck appears to be split in half, but Mo never lets that stop him from getting to work or handling his daily responsibilities. His determination has caught the attention of many, especially on the local Facebook page 574 Nosy Neighbors, where people have marveled at his resilience. Instead of laughing at the state of Mo's truck, I want to flip the script and bring our community together to help him. As the owner of Car Guys Auto Detailing, I, Colin Crowell, am spearheading this campaign to raise enough money to get Mo into a newer, much safer vehicle. With the support of local businesses and neighbors, I believe we can make a real difference in Mo's life and show what our community is capable of when we come together. The funds raised will go directly towards purchasing a newer or new vehicle for Mo, as well as covering his registration taxes and insurance for at least a year. This will not only help him continue working safely, but also set an example of kindness and support for others in need. If Mo can drive to work in a truck that's literally falling apart and not complain or ask others for help, you can too. This can truly reward others to make it happen, despite all odds. Let's show Mo and each other what our community can do. We lift each other up. Dope, dope, dope. I'm going to like that video. I'm not going to love it, and I'm going to tell y'all why soon. And this is his sister who posted, wishing my old brother, Marcellus Riles, a happy birthday. Enjoy. Let's go in and make sure this is his sister. Yeah, this got to be. South Bend, Indiana. Yep. She's from South Bend, Indiana. So, yeah, this is definitely his sister. So this is where I'm going to stop it, the deep dive, because Mo, I found him on here, but he's not active on social media. And that's him with his brand new truck. Bunch of pictures promoting, the dealership. And of course, the man who started the campaign was promoting his detail shop, of course, right? So let's dig a little deeper. I think this is him. Yeah, that's got to be him right there on the end. Looks like him. So yeah, let's go deeper into this, man, because what I wanted to dig into is I wanted to dig into the phenomenon of GoFundMe, crowdfunding is a great and excellent way for people to help other people. But I don't know if y'all know this, but crowdfunding, just like everything else in our society, has a deep, dark, ugly side. And I'm sure y'all know, or y'all seen these racist people going on these rants and they get rewarded, right? And then you have people like Mo, who is good, hard working, and that tone, I ain't gonna lie, that tone that they was saying, hard working. This man about to be 70 years old. He should be retired. That's all I'm thinking. Like, damn, it's really fucked up that he even gotta go to work, right? He been a hard worker all his life, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We are hard workers in our community. Yeah. So it's also a tone in there of, if he can do it, so can you. And it's like, yeah, that's what we do anyway. We walk to work. We catch the bus to work. We get there. We gonna get there. That's my story. I walk to work when I don't have a car. We gonna make it there. But it's just, and then the component of the white savior, right, coming to save Mo, because I guarantee you, if it had been a black person that set that GoFundMe up, they would have been looking at, oh, we don't trust this person. They could be lying. So yeah, so they trust the white dude, setting up to go. He honest. He's honest, right? So that's the tone that I got from that. And then on top of that, this whole illusion of like these communities are so good. No, they're not. No. So it's like they be trying to convince themselves that they good people when they're not. Because I got a video I actually did on this whole thing, and I'm gonna share some of this video that I did about this phenomenon. It was some years. I mean, well, some weeks back, not too long ago. I did I did a video where I kind of went into, and it was around the time that the Cinnabon lady. It was around the time that the Cinnabon lady went viral. I don't know if y'all seen that Cinnabon lady going viral, where she went crazy, called some Somalians the N word, and she started a GoFundMe and made hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I went into the other cases where the lady that called a kid the N word, she got millions of dollars. Now, why this man needed a truck at 70 years old? He only got $22,000. You see what I'm saying? So that it's like, these crazy, white people in our country, they love to reward dumb, sick, racist shit. Here, this 70-year-old black man, they want to reward him so he can keep going to work. He shouldn't even be going to work. So what I'm gonna do before I end this video is I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to retire that man. So he only have to drive his truck. South Bend, it's a lot of snow in South Bend. That's not far from Flint, where I live at. He should be retired. He's the same age as my dang old mother. He shouldn't have to go to work. Even though, going to work is a healthy thing, but he shouldn't have to. I'm willing to bet that 70-year-old black man gotta go to work, because they didn't cut all the pensions out of all these companies, and you damn near gotta go to work into your 70s and 80s and shit. We need to raise $1 million. I want to raise a $2.5 million for Marcellus, and we gonna make sure it going to a trust fund where he can maybe get about $25,000-$30,000 a year off the interest, where he could live the same way he living now, maybe a lot better, get him a house and live off the interest to pay the bills. That's what we should be doing. But yeah, let's go into this video that I made. Welcome back. Another episode, baby. Marlon Speaks Live. I'm live, baby. I'm about to put the number up too. If y'all want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in, and we can discuss this, this topic. So damn, I got the same shirt on. I ain't even realize. I don't know about y'all, but I've been paying attention to this GoFundMe, Give, Send, Go phenomenon. It seemed like racist, and now we're gonna have shooters wanting to hurt people, knowing that they're gonna get some money. But a lot of these racists been getting big old GoFundMe. It's like they being rewarded to spread hate with money. So that's what GoFundMe seems to represent. Give, Send, Go is another one. I don't know which one this church shooter family got, but they just got over $200,000. So I just want to share a little bit about what I just heard and give a little commentary on it afterward.
You know what would help you corporately? If you were genuinely true to your mission statement as a Christian site, that you want to protect children, and you were big on that at the start of this interview, I want to protect the kids, then you would remove her site immediately once you had established in your own brain that she'd racially abused a 5-year-old, which, by the way, she admits to doing, right? So you could just do that like that.
Yeah, no, we could do a lot of things, but in the country that we live in, there are certain fabric elements that make this America what it is, and they need to be defended. So
is free speech one of them?
People have upset feelings.
Free speech?
Free speech, freedom of expression.
Really? And yet, how odd? Because, Mr. Wells, unless I'm mistaken, you have now removed the ability to comment and removed all the comments on this particular donation site, haven't you? Where's the free speech rights of those people who commented? Or are you just a hypocrite?
No, well, recognize what free speech is. Free speech is a prohibition against the government enacting laws to prohibit your speech.
You literally
It's
just
not
made
a
you just literally
prohibition
just
from
made a speech talking about freedom of expression and free speech, but you've removed all the comments from here. Why are you suppressing and censoring people's right to free speech to comment on these sites?
We have, as a private business, the right to operate our business the way that
you have the right to suppress free
business.
speech. I don't dispute it. I'm just curious why you pretend to be this great defender of free speech when you're literally doing the opposite.
Right.
No, what we saw very clearly in this situation was a campaign for Carmelo Anthony, and on the back of it, a campaign for Shiloh, and they were competing off of each other, and they were in a cycle of vitriolic tornado of sorts. And we said we need to put some calming effect on this by removing the back and forth element that's going on in this particular situation. It wouldn't necessarily have happened if these campaigns were completely independent, months, years apart from each other.
But as a Christian, again, look, as a Christian again, because I'm told that the Give, Send, Go site for Luigi Mangione, who we saw allegedly executing a healthcare boss in cold blood. I don't think there's much allegedly about it, but we'll let the process take its course. Right. He's got nearly £1 million for his defense via your site. And, you know, it's sort of odd, isn't it? Is it not an inconsistency in your Christian position on this? That on the one hand, it
shows your lack of understanding.
Let me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question. On the
Yeah, we got that video. Here, I'm gonna play this one. So that's I guess he's the CEO of Give, Send, Go. They're supposed to be a Christian, organization. Christian seems to me today to mean the devil. Seem to be. Because a lot of people talking about they Christians, they spew a bunch of hate.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm so glad I ain't really. I'm a believer of God, the Almighty, but I don't really follow their version. I know I don't follow their version of Christianity at all. I don't know what kind of Christianity they follow.
Right.
Did you call him a nigger, the child? Did you call the child the nigger word? It is my own business. You call him a nigger?
Look at that.
Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
Live walking devil.
Don't go digging through people's shit, you dumb fuck.
Somebody dig into your shit.
A little fucking kid just dig, you dumb
That little kid, you call him a nigger? The little child?
This
Are
chick,
you about to hit him? You chasing
she
him?
done made so much money.
My son's stuff.
They got a $500,000 GoFundMe started for this lady.
Yeah.
You want to know what I think? I could fund my entire comedy career if I just drive down here to the park and call some kids the N-word.
Right, nah, and guess what? He for real. That is crossing a lot of people's mind. That's what probably crossed her mind. Let me see what I said after that.
No, I couldn't. Here, nigga.
And he did it. Yeah, y'all see that? Let's go to this next one.
Many Kickstarters. Listen to this. Now, researchers from Northeastern University say they saw people assume people assume black entrepreneurs spend less money on production, thus creating lower quality products. The study explored what customers are willing to pay for black versus white made products. They had a mock-up bio for both a black and white entrepreneur who sold the exact same product. The 326 participants in the study actually recommended a higher selling point when they saw the startup was by a white person. Now, I did a little bit more digging in this study, and it also found that there is a potential solution to this, although that's a little controversial only because I'm like, why does the black person have to do more? But the solution to this was when the black person placed the cost of materials and labor into their bio saying how much they put into production, that's when the price gap began to shrink because it showed that their product was just as qualified as the white person.
Why have to explain yourself, like you said?
That's the problem.
It makes no
That's
sense.
the
If they're doing
potential
it, then
solution.
everybody should be putting that information out there. That way you can just compare apples to apples. But this just seems like a myth we need to bust. Something that may be deep-seated in some people's minds that just, we need to bust it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an implicit bias. We're in Atlanta. A lot of people watching this show, they have so many small businesses. We have so many small business owners here. A lot of, this is like booming for a mecca of booming Black talent. And I see it all the time, you know, Black people wanting to create businesses and they're not getting the funding that they hope they get versus their counterpart who may not look like them, getting an opportunity, maybe getting a bank loan, just getting those opportunities.
Systemic problem that has been going on for a long time. Surprising to see it also on online business as well. That's kind of good information.
Yeah.
Something that we need to get the word out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get people to buy more.
Well,
wrestling for a city bike with a young man. Both sides saying they paid for it.
And this one, she raised over 100,000. That city bike stuff. Let's see what this is about. Yeah, I just really went in on it. And I'm going to add the link to this video in the description so y'all can go over there and check it out in its entirety. But yeah, I did a deep dive on this topic. But I'm going to get back to the original video. So yeah, man, that was actually dope that he did that he set that GoFundMe up. I'm not taking nothing away from the fact that he set that GoFundMe up. I just wanted to give it its proper context from my lenses, because as y'all know, everything in this country is black and white, right? And the white savior syndrome is pretty big in this country. They, for some reason, they think we need something from them when they've always needed something from us. I'm just trying to put it in its proper context. You know, I mean, and life itself comes from us. Like, without us, it wouldn't be no life. You know, all these races wouldn't exist. All they are is just versions of us. And on top of that, they're not no improvement. And actually, in its proper context, they are devolved from us. They have lost some things. They have lost. This is when God made us, he made us perfect. God made us perfect. Like, we're perfect in God's eyes. We're not perfect in our eyes, but God's eyes, he made us. If that wasn't the case, no other race could exist. So that's just my take on it. Right? That's my opinion. And I'm speaking really from a biological standpoint. So biologically, without black people, there would be no other people. So they owe their existence to us. As much as they like to think that they created all these different things and systems, and they always want to talk about inventions and all that mess. Well, let's talk about life. They don't want to get to that. You know what I'm saying? In the words of Zip the Drip, they don't want to get to that. But yeah, man, it's just funny how, you know, in their mind, their twisted, crazy mind, we depend on them. But you know, I don't know if y'all seen that movie, The Banker. Samuel Jackson played in it, and I forget the other guy name. But they basically had to put a white man in front of their company to buy these banks about 100 years ago in Los Angeles, which is historically, just like every city in America, you know, it's very racist. So every city in America has always been very racist. But they like to talk about a lot of race stuff, like in LA it was racist. But when they talk about Flint, they say in Flint it was racist. They talk about Detroit, they got to say in Detroit. So we might as well just break it down. In all of this country, and actually the whole world, practices white supremacy, and they're racist, right? So let's not act like it's some little problem in LA. But either way, that, you know, scenario, that thing of fronting your company with a white person to get the rest of white America to buy into it, you know, is a thing. Like it always have been. You know, the black-owned companies, they're trying to combat that with letting it be known that they proud and they black. Just a lot of that phenomenon. Sometimes it go too far, in my opinion. You know, of like, you know, it go too far within our community, as far as, you know, like just blindly supporting you because we black. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's a lot of these, a lot of stuff in these, within these subjects that you have to add context and nuances to you know, to have it in its proper lenses. You know, and everybody got an opinion on it. So, you know, hey, we have to be open-minded when we talking about these things. But at the end of the day, the whole root of all of this is, of course, white supremacy and how that actually splinters into all of these type of different nuances that we have to come up with, right? So, but I think we all can agree that white supremacy as a system kind of create all these different things. And so, but just staying on point, man, with the Marcellus Rouse from South Bend, Indiana, man, it's a great story. And like I said, I'm going to create a GoFundMe for him so he can hopefully retire. You know, because it kind of broke my heart to see this man, same age as my mother, my dear mother, who was born in 1956 and graduated in 1974. You know, my mother had been retired. My mother passed away a year and a half ago, but she had been retired about 5 years before she passed. You know, so she was, you know, like 62, 63, you know, chilling. Really, she probably should have still been working. She might still be alive. I heard that after you retire, just sitting there is not necessarily a good thing. So Mo might be retired. He might just want to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I do want to dig in a little bit. I'm going to reach out to him and find out, do he need more than that truck? That $22,000 is great. But man, if these people out here calling kids the N-word and they getting $1 million for it, man, what y'all think, man? Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying, about this whole thing, you know, my whole video. And then yeah, man, let's try to help Mo out a little bit more if he need it, man. Look, I appreciate all of the engagement. Like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more real soon, actually tonight. Thank y'all. Live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm saying